Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Yeah, I know a lot of people requested Solana updates, but I don't think there is much more clarity we can squeeze out of this chart. At this point, I think we just have to let the market decide. The parameters are defined, upside targets are defined, the wave counts are defined in case we get a direct extension or a pullback before the next rally. What else? I think everything is very well defined, but it's still worth doing a bit of a recap on Saturday, given how many people are interested in Solana, and also given that I think the last few Saturdays they were quite interesting for Solana, but maybe we get a bit of a quiet one today. At least the Saturday in the crypto market starts in a very, very quiet fashion. I don't think there's any crazy movements that are playing out right now. I think the crypto market takes a bit of a breather after very, very aggressive few weeks, after a very interesting few weeks, and now it's just taking a bit of a breather, which is good. Now in this pullback, it's important to see how the relevant support areas are holding. Micro support areas, if they fail, then we have the first indications that in the current third waves that many cryptos are still in, that we do not get any further extensions, but instead the fourth wave is starting. Some coins are already in their fourth wave, like Link, like Matic. Solana is maybe in the fourth wave, okay, which is this one, which we've been talking about for a while, that it is due at some point, but it's not overdue yet. But now it can start at some point because we reached the ideal target range for this third wave. Remember, we talked about a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. Then there should be a wave 4 at some point and the wave 5. That fourth wave will be needed to basically fuel the fifth wave. Any further direct extensions from here will be counted as part of the third wave. We really need a bit of a healthy wave 4 that would at least be somewhat similar to the wave 2 in duration. It doesn't need to be exactly the same length. There's no rule, but we want it to be a healthy wave 4 that we can distinguish from just short-term pullbacks within the third wave. This is an overall diagonal structure, so not an impulse. We've got a wave 1 up, 2 down, 3 up, 4 down, 5 up. In this diagonal structure, this wave 4 will happen at some point. Diagonals often adhere to trend channels, so it's something that we have on the chart. Here a potential trend channel that the price could follow. So the lower boundary line of this channel will be important. It's a little bit too early to really define it, because if we get another high, we might have to change the angle of this trend channel, of the lines within this trend channel. As long as we're holding overall $34.40, there is nothing bearish here in this structure. Below $34.40, we will also have a break out of this trend channel to the downside, and we might revisit the September lows, okay? And we want to avoid that in any bullish scenario, and therefore this is the relevant support area here on the 4-hour chart for any deeper pullback. But has a deeper pullback started? Not entirely clear. It certainly looks a bit toppy up there. We have some divergences on the chart, and we're going to zoom in a minute. Before we do that, in case we get any further extensions higher within the current third wave, we're talking about $71.20 as next target. That was nearly reached already. And then $79.50 as target after that. It is not unusual for a third wave to reach the 1.618 extension, even though I already call it a very healthy third wave in a diagonal when it reaches the 1.38 FIB extension, which was here at $64, which is also the level that is now consolidating just below. So yeah, it did what it needed to do, okay? And really only, this support area also, it is, we have to keep it flexible. If the price still moves higher in another extension, then that support level will have to move with the price, because the third, if it's not finished, will determine what the support is in the fourth. So yeah, again, we keep it based on math, very objective, and we're watching for the relevant levels to be crossed. We're waiting for what the market tells us. There's absolutely no need to do what you find on crypto Twitter. Many people share their opinions, it will go up, it will go down, whatever. There's no need. The market will tell us when certain levels are breached, and then we can adjust our plan. The TA is not so much a prophecy. It's more something to tell you what are the relevant parameters to watch what are the different scenarios that are likely, and another high in wave 5 is still a reasonable expectation as long as 34.40 is holding, and even extensions from here are still possible, even though the risk for a pullback is now huge. It has increased significantly as all those ideal targets have been reached. Yeah, it's more a risk management tool, and it's mainly there for you to understand what the extensions are, the targets, when to potentially take profits, what are the parameters you want to build your trading plan around, and what is the current trend and when does the trend break. So in the very short term, in terms of further extensions to the upside, the very short-term trend will likely break below $49.40. There are some levels that need to break before that will give us a hint, and they are 54.50. That's the level the price bounced off here yesterday and today. And then we've got the low that was made on Monday at 51.20. I mean, all of those are already signals that the larger degree fourth wave has probably started, but it's not enough really to confirm it. It will be confirmed below 49.40. That's the 50% retracement level of the move to the upside. And then basically too deep of a pullback if that level is breached for any further extensions in the third wave. So again, this third could be finished. I've highlighted it here with a question mark, not confirmed yet. And therefore, yeah, we are now in a situation where we already see selling pressure come in. And if we are really in this fourth wave, then the wave count would likely be this is an A wave. We get a B wave. That could be the right shoulder of a head and shoulders pattern even here. And then we could come down in a C wave. And then you have a bit of a neckline there. And it basically forms this head and shoulders pattern. And it will break into the support region for the larger degree fourth wave. Yeah? But again, as long as those levels are holding another extension higher as possible, we're now quite low in this micro support area. Yeah, I see no strong evidence at the moment that another extension has already begun. So we are currently a bit like Bitcoin as well. We're a little bit consolidating just above those micro support levels. But really, there is not much more. You can't even do much more micro counting. It wouldn't give you any further clarity. Literally, the levels are defined. Risk has increased for anybody who's taken in any way, let's say, long positions down there somewhere, because as you are more and more in profit, obviously the deeper pullbacks get more and more likely as well, more profit taking and so on. But yeah, I'm just watching for that deeper pullback, but cannot confirm it below 49.40. So at the moment, the trend is still up, but you see a potential topping structure form. Now we need to watch for lower lows and lower highs. At the moment, it's still forming higher highs and higher lows. So there's at the moment no change in trend, but we're obviously observing all those parameters to get the first indicators. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. There's additional content every single day. You can find the links in the video description. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.